long time no see. So I basically died, but I rose from the grave. And let me tell you, when I rose from that grave, I had a crochet hook in one hand and a sewing machine in the other. And I said, let's do it. So all I saw was this photo. I didn't see no patterns or nothing, mainly because I can't follow patterns. I'm a visual learner. I need a YouTube video with it. And that's what this comes along. Oh, but first I want to show you my outfit details. This dress is thrifted, but I'll tell you the tag right now. I'll put it up there. But this jewelry right here, it's from Ana Luisa, so I'm wearing their mood ring. It's like 65, so cute and pretty and kind of accurate, not gonna lie. But then I'm also wearing the Raven bracelet, and that's also 65. I'm wearing the Tia medium gold hoops, and let me tell you, these have been with me through thick and thin. I've had them for years. The quality has remained great. But I'm also wearing their fire pendant, and that is 65. And I didn't know it had like little tiny sparkle rhinestones like right next to the sun. So I thought that was really cool. I'm not wearing it, but I also got the Hannah Lee Heart gold necklace, and the gold with the red complements so much, as you can tell from my outfit. I just love when the two pair together, and I've gotten like the most compliments wearing that necklace, but that one's 75. But yeah, their jewelry is very high quality, long lasting, which matters the most to me. But another thing too is they are carbon neutral from the products to the packaging, so that is always a plus. So I have a discount code for you, and I'll put it in the description box down below. You already know the drill, for 20% off. 10 out of 10 recommend their jewelry. I'm being so serious, like I absolutely love it. The majority of my jewelry is Ana Luisa, because their like quality is just like amazing. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go right into crocheting this maxi skirt. Alright, so I used 4 plain squares and 5 hybrid squares, making that a total of 25 willow squares. Each square is 6 inches in width and 6 inches in length. I also used some elastic, a 5.0 crochet hook, a pair of scissors, and a yarn needle. The last piece is the waistband, and I crocheted till it was about 27 inches long, so 13.5 inches once folded in half. Seeing it together like this makes me so excited. Okay, so this is how it's all gonna be assembled for me. And a quick note, do not have the colors touch one another. And what I mean by that is, let's say for example, we have the yellow one right here. Don't have another yellow right next to it. I know it could be across from it, that's fine, but not next to it, just so it can have like a cohesive look to it. Also, these 2 front panels right here is gonna be your front side. That's why I put the ribbing on top. But yeah, so these are your front, and make sure you put your favorite squares in the front, because obviously that's the part that's gonna show the most. And then this 3 in the back is gonna be your back side, of course. That being said, this right here, this column and this column should not be the same colors. It's gonna be wrapped around your body. So this is not the same color as this. On the blue one, red, you know, yellow, fuchsia. So now it's time to assemble the squares. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip every single willow square backwards like this. So it's pretty simple, honestly. But yeah, and then we just start crocheting the lines together. And this is the color yarn I'm gonna use. It's gonna be like a goldish yellow tone. But this is the brand that I use for all the yarns, just so they can like match really well. It's the Karen Simply Soft, which I genuinely recommend because it is very soft. And since it's a skirt I'm putting on my body, I do want something more comfortable. And hopefully it's enough to do my entire skirt. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take these 2 columns and crochet them together. And I'm gonna show you how I did that right now. So what I do is I basically grab this edge of the yarn and this edge of the yarn, and then we just have these 3 right here, these 3 different colors, and then we just loop it and then push it through, all of them together like that. And then we just repeat that same process. So we grab the next chain, which is this one right here, and then this one is the next chain. Be sure it is extremely important to line up the chains, or else it's gonna be uneven when you're done. You want the willow squares to match up to their lengths. So you could do it like this with your willow squares like facing the floor, but for whatever reason, I find that harder for me. So what I do is I just pinch the sides, fold them in half. So now all the chains are lined up with one another, and it's like a lot more easier to see. And then I'm gonna show you right here. And then as you can see right here, you could literally just pierce them through. It's that easy. I find that easier. Hopefully that doesn't mess me up in the long run. I'll let you know in the corner right there if it does. So you can see these 2 chains right here, the outer ones. I'm just gonna pierce some through, which is a lot easier. And then we just put them all together. Oh, see? And with this happens, like I didn't grab all the yarn together, I just redo it. And there you go. Do it again, we pierce them together, and then we just shove the 3 in one little hole. So I just finished assembling the 2 squares together, and this is how it's looking so far. It's like a nice little crocheted line right here. And now I'm just gonna do all of the remaining up here, and then I'll get back to you when I'm done putting these 2 columns together. So I just finished crocheting together these 2 columns right here, as you can see from the line. And now I'm gonna do the exact same thing to all the other columns. So I'm gonna crochet here, here, and then here. So I'll get back to you when I'm done crocheting all the columns together. So I just finished crocheting all the columns together, as you can see. And now the next step is to do the exact same thing to the rows. So this right here, I'm gonna start crocheting them together because they are of course not connected. But yeah, so I'm just gonna do all these rows, and then I'll get back to you when I'm done with the rows. So I finally finished crocheting all the columns and rows together, and now I'm gonna flip it over so I can show you how it looks like. Oh, I'm so excited! Oh my gosh! Okay, I really like how it's coming out so far. Okay, and then now all I'm gonna do is gonna fold it in half, so then I could crochet this column right here. So I'm just gonna crochet these like 2 squares together, and then we should be all set and done with that. So I'm gonna get back to you when I'm done crocheting that side. Also, I wanna create 2 slits for the front of my skirt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start crocheting my squares together from right here. So I'm gonna leave this area alone, so that could be the slit. And this right here, I did crochet all of it. So all I'm gonna do is just like basically seam rip it a bit and then undo it and then tie a knot up here. It's gonna be super easy, and I'll show you how I did that. And then once that's done, then I will have my 2 slits. I finally finished crocheting this side right here, as you can see. And then as you can see, I left that side open with the slits. And now I'm gonna create this slit right here, and it's not gonna be hard at all, honestly. All I'm gonna do is cut off this part. But be super careful you're not cutting off the willow square. So all I'm gonna do really is I'm gonna lift up the yellow yarn very carefully and then just cut it. And yeah, and then you just start tussling it out of the hoops. You don't want it too short because you want to have enough yarn to be able to tie it at the top. Yeah, so you just do that. There you go. And then you just keep undoing this yarn until you reach the very top. So all I'm gonna do now is make a little knot. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna crochet it in there. I'm gonna grab the remaining fabric, well, the remaining yarn. And then I do like 2 loops just in case. Okay, and then I let it go. It's a nice little knot, and then it should be good. I'm so excited. Okay, so it's pretty much almost done. This is like the front of it. As you can see, the 2 side slits are right here. All I'm gonna do now is get rid of all this loose yarn. I'm either gonna tuck it away or cut it off, whichever. But yeah, after that, we should be going to the waistband, and then we should be done. Okay, so I finally finished cutting off all the stray yarn and tucking it in and all that. And now up next, all I'm gonna do is attach the waistband. So my waistband is about 13.5 inches long and about 2 inches high. I also took into consideration that it needs to be stretchy enough to go over like my hips and all that, and I'm gonna show you what I mean right now. So for the waistband, I did it slightly bigger than my actual measurements because I do want it to be able to get like pushed up. So here, let me show you right now. So as you can see, it can go up very easy, versus if I were to do the exact measurements, all of this would be pretty much lost, and then it wouldn't be able to push it down. Like, it would be quite the battle. But yeah, so that's why I did that. And I'm also planning on putting elastic on the inside, so it being a tiny bit loose for the meantime isn't a big problem. But yeah, so always keep that in mind when you're gonna do the waistband. But yeah, now I'm just gonna attach the waistband now. So to attach the waistband, I'm doing the exact same method as I did when I attached the square, so I'm just gonna crochet it in. Since the width of the waistband is pretty similar to the width of the skirt, I'm just gonna attach it to the best of my abilities. And so now I'm just gonna do that and see how it comes out. So I just finished the waistband and now it's time to add the elastic, and it came out really good, honestly, so I'm very impressed. Okay, so for the elastic, it just has to be as long as the front side, but I'm gonna add a little bit more so we can like tie it at the end. And then I'm gonna cut about 6 of these. I recommend having the elastic be longer than you need because it's a lot easier to cut it off than to make a new one. So yeah, it's always better to be over-prepared than under-prepared. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add elastic from the base of the waistband, in the middle of the waistband, and then the edge of the waistband. And I'm gonna use 2 elastics each time. So I'm gonna thread it together. So I'm gonna get my little thick threading needle. I'm gonna tie it. And then now I'm just gonna thread it all around. I'm gonna start with the base first. So as you can see, there's like ridges right here. So I'm just gonna do every other ridge. So I'm gonna go here. And then you see how there's the second ridge. I'm gonna skip that one and I'm gonna go into the third ridge. Okay, and then I'm gonna repeat that same thing. So the ridge next to it, I'm skipping it, and then I'm going into the other ridge. I'm gonna add a knot at the end so I don't get like confused and it doesn't like redo everything. So it's looking like this so far. And then I'm gonna repeat that same steps all throughout. Okay, so really quickly, I just finished doing the elastic. And as you can see right here, these are the end points. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab these elastics and put it as tight as possible. It's better to adjust it when you're wearing the skirt. Then I'm gonna double knot it. And now it fits a way more snug. So the bottom part is perfectly done now. Now I'm gonna add the middle elastic and the top elastic. Okay, so I just finished doing the top part of the elastic, and honestly, I think I'm just gonna keep these 2. I'm not gonna do the middle one because I feel like I'm very content with how it looks. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Also for this, you can cut it off, but I'm gonna keep it just in case I need to adjust it in the future. It'll be very useful to have the extra elastic. But yeah, so I'm just gonna keep this and tuck it away when I try it on. But yeah, so that basically concludes our skirt, and I am pretty much finished. And now I'm gonna show you the final product. So this is the final look. Oh, I am so happy how it came out. It came out exactly how I wanted to. I just absolutely love it. It's so gorgeous. Okay, now I'm gonna try it on for you. But yeah, I'm so obsessed. I love how this feels so much. I'm really happy I chose that Simply Soft yarn. It's not scratchy on my skin at all. Anyways, this is how it looks on with the slits and all that. And here's how the waistband looks all completed, and the elastic surprisingly doesn't show a lot. Not too shabby for a complete beginner. Of course, my Ana Luisa jewelry matched so well with this outfit, and just a quick reminder that I have their link and a code for you to use in the description box down below. Definitely check them out and get your jewelry essentials like these beautiful necklaces. I just had to put it on one more time to show you. Anyways, here's everything all together, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Whoa!